And welcome back to another episode of Wrestling is Trash, the nonsensical podcast where we talk everything professional wrestling, past, present, and quite possibly the future. I am one of your trash boys, co-host of Wrestling is Trash, Nick Anicelli, coming to you live on this Tuesday, November 21st, in the year of our Lord 2023, fresh off an amazing weekend of professional wrestling, particularly in the AEW department. Full Gear. We're going to get into it, but as I said last week, I was there, so I'm a little biased, but probably my show of the year for very obvious reasons.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, but I'm biased. I'm there. Like I said, I'll explain myself when we give our recap, but enough about me. One thing I just want to say for those who do celebrate, before we forget, we go on our rambles, right? That's what the whole point of the show is. Happy Thanksgiving to those that do celebrate this upcoming week. Hope you enjoy time with friends, family, co-workers, whoever it may be, food, no food, football, basketball, whatever it may be. Just enjoy the long weekend. But enough me. Let me pass it off to my mans. Lou, how you doing?
Man, you already know Lou from the BX, host of the Everything Podcast, co-host of Wrestling is Trash. Here with you again on a Trash Tuesday to talk all things professional wrestling. I want to echo Nick's sentiment there. Even if you don't celebrate the holiday, I know a lot of people out there don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Totally okay. But spend that time with your loved ones. Make that phone call. Send that text message. Send that email. Whatever it is, you want to reach out to someone you love. You want to say hi. You want to just reconnect. It's always a perfect time to do that. So if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving for the per holiday, you can make it your own. That's what I like to say about it. So, see, Nick, I'm trying, bro.
Yep.
I'm working the positivity in there a little bit. I'm trying, bro.
Exactly. So I probably should ask you this off there, but whatever. We really don't. Should we just give our thoughts on Full Gear? Go briefly through and then hit our kind of news stuff, or you want to hit the news?
I'm with it because there's a lot to say about this show.
Yes, and I don't want to skip over it.
And I don't want to miss anything. So
let me, for those who did watch the show and follow us on Instagram and Twitter, I was famous this weekend. I was famous. I'm going to give just my quick thoughts on the day, if I can, before we get into the card.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So the Kia Forum, great arena to watch wrestling in. I lucky enough, and I thank AEW. I can't thank it as many times, like I said before, but I was able to get floor seats very, very close to the ring, but for a very fair price.
Nice.
Right? Because the Kia Forum, great arena to watch wrestling. When I went to their Dynamite in January, where they had the big best of 7 trios title match, I sat, I think, in the 200, so like the upper, but it was still an amazing view. So great arena for those in the Southern California area who ever want to go see wrestling. Really cool, super easy to get in. Everyone was just super cool. Everyone around me. One thing, the two people, so like the way the floor seats were for us is like I had seat 14, but there was no 14 in front of me. There was only a 13. So like I was starting the back, if that makes so perfect for me. I had all the leg room in the world.
Nice.
But the guy in front of us was dressed as Edward Scissorhands, which was very random. I don't know if you saw that in any of my videos. No idea why. Super cool dude. Super cool guy. But yeah, it was just cool. I got to be on TV a couple of times in the screen. I had a poster. We wore our Wrestling is Trash gear, me and my lady. So that was dope. And man, like I said, might be my show of the year. And like I said, I might be biased because I was there. You know, we're going to do an end of year show probably actually in the next few weeks here.
Soon.
Yeah, 2023. But anyway, just that death match. And I know we're going to go kind of through the matches, but that death match was just one of the craziest fucking things I've ever seen. Just when you didn't think it was going to end, it just kept going and go. And the thing is, like I've seen it in wrestling before in person and on TV where it's like, okay, this match can end now. When they were getting up at 9, I was like, fuck yeah, let's keep this thing going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just people around us. Like I was texting you, like, so my girl watches everything and she's just like, fuck it, kind of like me. We were cheering, we want fire. And people around us, guys and girls, were like cringing at the stuff. Like when Hangman drank the blood, I was just like, there's no way. And then like just the I think it was the pile driver he did on the cinder block. I think it was a pile.
Oh my God.
That, then like choking him with the chain, hanging him, and then the staples, and then just from the second, the booking decision was right. I think we both said, looking at it, I think we both said Hangman was getting that win. He was so effing over in Los Angeles from his entrance. And actually, I didn't tell you this. The girls who came out with him came and watched the match right next to us.
Oh my God, no way.
My girls like, oh my God, you girls did so great. Like, so I got to shake their hands. They were very nice girls.
Oh, cool.
Very, very cool chicks. But anyway, man, we're gonna kind of give our thoughts on some matches here. But what were your honest thoughts? I had a blast at this.
Man, look, so I went to the theater to go watch the show. For any of you who watched this show and heard the last episode, I went to Cinemark Theaters. They show the pay-per-views. The price is right. You get a big ass screen. I get my big tub of popcorn and my soda, and I hang out with a bunch of crazy wrestling fans, which there was no shortage of for this show. But I'll get into that a little bit later as far as the experience in the fucking theater. But man, this show was so much fun. And there was not a like, oh, I gotta go hit the bathroom match. There was no bathroom break match for me.
No.
Like, I usually am a soldier. Like, I'll sit through the whole thing. I don't think maybe one time during like 2 or 3 pay-per-views ago, I was like, okay, I gotta piss. So I went. But usually, dude, I sit from 0 hour all the way through to the end of the show. Just because I don't want to miss anything. And I'm like, I'm fine. I don't, I can hold it. There was no place on this show where I was like, okay, let me go real quick, go get another drink or no, I didn't want to move for anything. I was invested in every match. Every match delivered. Even the Golden Jets and Young Bucks match, which I thought was just going to be like, this will probably be, decent, but I don't really care. That match even ended up being really fucking good at the end. Like, at the end, it was like, dude, these motherfuckers are going in. And they had to go on after that goddamn death match.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. The first 5-10 minutes of that tag match, I was not in it. I was in my seat, everything like that.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was wiped out, and then they brought everyone back.
And it's crazy because usually that's where you would get like the Sting kind of match. You know what I mean? Because Sting is such an attraction that he comes out for that match and he can kind of get it over. But bro, the Young Bucks and the Golden Jets, they fucking delivered, bro. That was a very, very fun match. The tag team turmoil match, bro, those guys were killing each other out there.
Yes.
Killing each other out there. I enjoyed that match very much. The Statlander Julia Hart match, the Sky Blue, that match was great. I enjoyed that match a lot.
I was so happy that match did good too, because I thought that was going to be the quick 6-minute women match. Yeah. Tony gave the women time on this show, and I loved it.
Yeah, they gave them time. They had a really good match. I was very impressed with Julia Hart. I was very impressed with Sky Blue also, and Statlander too, man. Statlander is great. And it was fine. I think it was good. She had a great run with the belt. You know what I mean? She was not going to have they were not going to do another Jade Cargill 60, 70 wins in a row. Eventually she's going to drop the belt. And it was good. I feel like Julia, it's time for a new face. You know what I mean? And you got to elevate people. So what a way to elevate her, to get a win on a pay-per-view like that. It's fantastic. House always wins.
There's only one gripe I had, and I don't even want to say gripe because I found it comical. You know me, as we say, I find the positive. I don't take shit serious because it's wrestling.
Right.
So, in the pre-show, MJF, Samoa Joe retained those titles, which we both didn't think was going to happen, to be honest.
Dude, okay. So let's talk about it.
And then, which still kind of mad about that. Not mad, but confused. Maybe we'll see where it goes because Adam Cole is not coming back anytime soon. And then they play this injury angle, and Adam Cole, I like what they do. Then the main event starts. Adam Cole comes out, which I was amped for. I wasn't expect to see him on the show at all, so it's cool to get to do it, participate in his entrance. But I'm like, yo, they're about to ring this bell. And then MJF comes in the ambulance, right, which we all are expecting something. And they're holding him back. But they were going to let Adam Cole fight.
Yeah. Okay. So,
You know, like
bro.
like I can suspend disbelief, but to me, even Britt Baker was tweeting about it, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But I was kind of, I'll admit, I was very confused by that whole injury angle thing.
Yeah. So this is my thing with that. So, okay, you have your 0 out. First of all, why do you not put those fucking belts on the guns? I don't understand. It would have helped the main event because then now you're talking about MJF lost his belts, whatever. And it would have been great for the guns to get a run with those titles. Like, give them, they deserve fucking tag team titles. But again, I'm not a booker, so I'm sure there's a reason why they are continuing to do this MJF thing with the title belts. But here's my thing. So you have MJF retain. Adam Cole comes out to support his best friend, whatever. And then the guns do the Pillmanizer finish on MJF, fuck his leg up. They take him away in an ambulance, okay? And now you don't know what's going on with the main event. Okay, let's see where this goes. Then you have Adam Cole stepping in to defend the title for MJF. First of all, just that in itself is fucking stupid. Yeah. Like, you're defending the title for the champion? That fucking makes no sense, first of all. Secondly, the dude's wearing a moon boot and he has crutches. And you're telling me that he's going to go in there to defend the world championship, but you're not going to let MJF do the same thing when he has the same injury angle? Whatever. Then you do the whole show with this shit where, like, it's going to be Adam Cole, MJF's not performing tonight, blah, 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 blah. Then you have MJF come out. He steals an ambulance, apparently, because it's apparently very easy for wrestlers to steal ambulances. Comes back to the arena, hobbles into the ring, and has the match. Now, here's my thing. Why the fuck couldn't you just have the tag team match on 0 Hour? The guns lose. They do the Pillmanizer thing to MJF. And you tease the fact that this guy's leg is all fucked up, but he's still going to defend. He doesn't have to leave the building. He doesn't have to go into an ambulance. You don't have to have this whole thing with Adam Cole's going to defend for me to do the Adam Cole entrance so he could do the baby with one fucking arm. And then MJF comes out anyway. Like, what was the purpose of inserting Adam Cole into this thing? It did nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you want to look at it like, you know, that's how deep a friendship they have. Adam Cole came out to defend his friend, and they're really brochachos and whatever. Maybe if you're kind of building off of the dynamic where they're really good friends and you want to reinforce that Adam Cole was willing to step in and defend his friend and whatever. Okay, maybe I can understand that. But I thought it was like, there was no need for, you could have had Adam Cole there anyway.
Yeah.
You could have just had him there supporting his friend. And then while you're watching the match, you could be like, oh shit, is Adam Cole gonna turn? Is he the devil? Like, you don't know.
Yeah. And
you know what I
mean? Everyone in our area thought the same thing. Like, in a weird way, it took no hype away from the main event, but it made it feel a type of way because everyone's like, all right, we know this isn't gonna happen. And then when he came out, we're like, okay, we see. But then when they did the whole, they could have done that, but don't hold MJF back as restraining him as much as they did. Because it's like, so you're letting this dude, like you said, with a boot and everything, and then it's like, like what do we got here? What do we got here? And now I kind of want to hit one of the news topics, but transitioning into the death match, if you kind of don't mind.
Nice.
So first, I want to give some credit to MJF, man. He is so over right now. He's always been over, but as a face, man, like everyone was loving him. I thought he did phenomenal in that match. I thought it was a great match.
Yeah, the match was great. Thank God that the match actually turned out to be great.
And then let me hit the biggest pause in the world. Even though I didn't make the comment, my girl was sitting there.
Let me get the mic ready.
My girl was sitting there. No, it was a female comment. I'm just saying pause because it's coming out of my mouth. But she was like, she literally was like, Jay White has some of the best abs ever.
I mean, all right. That's not, I can't pause that.
I can't
pause that. That's all right. That's
like,
okay.
And I was like, damn. And she's like, yeah, he got like Ricochet abs.
All right. So let me ask you something, because I know you wanted to get into something there, and I don't know if what I'm asking is in the same vein, but so let me ask you this. after watching that main event, okay, do you feel like Jay White was buried because of what they did in the main event?
I say no, because
you sound like you have a little doubt there in your voice.
I'm really trying to rethink it, to be honest. Like the scenario, like
so
no,
basically,
injury
so
angles
I'll tell
happen,
you this.
Injury angles happen all the time.
Right.
He was very competitive, and that right there, an injury angle, babyface hurt and wins. That's such a common wrestling 101 thing. So no, I don't think so. Like
how many times have we seen a wrestler come out to defend the title? He gets his ass beat backstage, and then they have the guy in the challenger in the ring. Remember, like I don't remember specifically which wrestler, but I know I've seen it in WWE a few times where they're counting like 1, 2, 3, and then the champion comes out all fucked up and he defends his title and wins. Like we've seen that before.
Even our champion, they just did this with Ricochet and Nakamura.
There you go.
So that's, and I'll add to it again. I give it 6 months, and one of these companies will do it again, whether it's on a champion or not on. So no, I don't think so. And I get what you're saying, where people are saying 12 times in 30 minutes he attacked. They're like, well, no shit, he's gonna attack.
Well, that's just idiocy. That thing that I have here, which let me see if I have it here for the good people watching this wonderful program, if I can decipher which one of these it is, because I can't read these little. Did I even upload it? I don't think I did. I didn't upload the most important one. All right, so I can't put it on the screen, but that's okay. So again, I didn't even want to go there yet, but the reason I asked you that is because, again, after leaving that show, I know you were hyped because you're there with the live crowd. You got the energy of the people. There's no way not to be hyped after leaving a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I was hyped just because what a great show. I was talking with these psychopaths in the theater the whole show, which is weird because the last pay-per-view, which was Wrestle Dream, I didn't talk to anybody. I was solo dolo just enjoying the show. So, but it was just so deflating to like go to my car and jump on Twitter to see like what the reactions are. And it's a bunch of people saying Jay White's buried, they fumbled Jay White, and I'm like, fam, Jay White has not taken a pinfall loss in a year. The dude's never been pinned in AEW.
And he took it to the champ.
Not in tag team, not in singles, not in anything. He has not lost a match. When he's in a tag team match, Juice gets pinned or one of the Guns gets pinned.
Yeah.
He's not taking a pinfall loss in a year. He's been running around with this title, okay? He's one of the most over fucking acts in the company, him and Bullet Club Gold. They're super fucking over. And he loses one match to the world champion, by the way, who cheated to win the fucking match, by the way. He cheated. He hit him with the fucking dynamite ring to win the match. So it wasn't like a clean pinfall loss either.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, he's buried. This is where like I say these people on the internet, like they say things and they don't even understand what the fuck they're saying. Like they don't even understand the words that they're using.
No.
They just like to use these wrestling words because they hear them on podcasts, and they think like they want to be cool and they want to say, oh, he got buried. Yeah. Oh, he's a mark. She's a smart. Like they want to use these words and they don't fucking even understand what they are.
No. And so no, I agree. He's not. But like I said, MJF is over. I thought that was a great match. MJF doing the whole elbow drop, even though the table broke already. Like that was sick. I was not expecting that. And it shows he's committed. We know he's hurt right now. That was reported too. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna hit the first news topic because I want to transition that with another thing. So on MJF, several WWE sources believe MJF has quietly re-signed with AEW. One higher up WWE source stated there has been zero talks between the two sides. They further noticed that the idea Friedman is set to enter free agency imminently is a false narrative, and that he has signed into 2027. That's from House of Wrestling. Lou and I both agree, as cool maybe as it would be for MJF to pop in WWE like anyone else, or vice versa.
No.
No? So I don't think it'd be bad, but he belongs in AEW.
Yeah, no.
For sure.
So remember how we always talk about like there's certain wrestlers who you look at and you're like, man, he would be dope in WWE. Or you look at a WWE guy and like Ricochet and you'd be like, damn, he'd be dope in fucking AEW.
Yes.
MJF is one of those dudes that I look at and I'm like, nah, there's no fucking way. You're gonna have what makes MJF special doesn't work in WWE. Like it doesn't.
You can't
work.
censor him.
He can't say half the shit he's gonna want to say.
Yeah.
He can't do half the shit he's gonna want to do. He ain't motorboating no fucking people in the crowd.
No.
On the way to the ring, he ain't doing that shit.
Or talking about rats.
Yeah. So ain't no banging rats. Yeah. There goes all your catchphrases. They're all gone. So no, I don't think, I'm sure he would be good. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously he's gonna be good, but it won't be MJF. Like
it's just a false him.
Yeah, it just won't be.
I'll always think whoever hops wherever is going to be cool, but like I said, definitely belongs there. But adding to that, he's been a great champion, hit 365, coming up on the World's End, which is happening in his hometown. I don't know who's in it or not, but now I kind of want to transition to that death match. I need it to be known. PSA. Swerve Strickland needs to be the guy to take it off MJF. Because MJF is so hot right now as a babyface, and even though Swerve's hot as fuck right now over, he's a heel. And I think that's the perfect feud for perfect person to take it off MJF right now. Not saying it's going to be at World's End. You can maybe drag it out to Revolution, but he is just so over right now, man. When he
Swerve is going to be AEW World Champion. Like he's going to be
in 2024. That has to happen.
Yeah, I think next year he's going to definitely be World Champion. If not this year, I mean, you never know what this crazy fucking Tony Khan is going to decide to book for this.
It could happen, and you got to think MJF. The pay-per-view is in Long Island, and that's where he's from. So whoever he fights is going in as the ultimate heel. Yeah. Right? Even if they're not that big of a heel, they're going to be a heel because you're an MJF country. You know
Which is funny because Swerve is the heel, but you have Nana come out dancing with these dancing girls.
Yeah.
For the thing, and everybody loves it. And it's like, wait a minute, bro. This guy's supposed to be a bad guy.
Dude, like I texted you, I was swerving the fuck out of that entrance.
Well, dude, we were doing that shit in the theater.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. The shit him and Hangman did with the staples to the head. I'm trying to think, the cinder block, the drinking of the blood, the spitting.
Bro,
of the blood.
when he pile drived him on the fucking railing of the ring railing.
Yeah.
When he fucking pile drived Adam Page, like, did you get a chance to rewatch it like on TV or no?
No, I gotta go find our means and do that because me and my girl were saying we want.
By the way, it works flawlessly. Like it play and crystal clear.
Yeah, that's gonna happen soon.
Follow for more tips. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, there's a spot where they're standing on the railing and Swerve pile drives Cowboy into the the top of the railing.
That was on the rail on my side.
Yeah, and when you watch it, like he did it with one leg because there was really nowhere for him to get to stand. It was
small,
So one leg kind of slipped. So it's like he wasn't even supporting this guy's neck. Like when he did that shit, like it was like half support, half not. And I've talked about on this show many times that I do not like watching death matches live. I prefer to watch them after they happen so that I know that the people involved don't die and they're not really dead and they're not really maimed. Okay. I like to make sure they're okay and then rewatch it. So to watch it live, death matches are not my favorite thing. But, dude, I love this match. Like, I love this match. I very much fucking enjoyed it. And it's like, you can't win with people because when AEW has like these matches where there's blood everywhere and, people are bleeding on Wednesday night and shit on Dynamite, They're like, oh, they have these matches and it doesn't mean anything because there's no story and you're supposed to be a blood feud and then you're just having these matches because. But then you actually build up a fucking blood feud and have it, and they're still complaining that it's too much blood.
This is
too
going
much
to be
blood
one
in
of
a
my
fucking Texas death match.
This is going to be one of my matches of the year, for sure.
Like, this match has been so divisive for the community because everybody's talking about it. Like, look at us. The first thing we went into, not the fucking championship, not MJF and Jay White. No, the first thing we went right towards is the goddamn death match. Because it's dividing the community. Because there's some people who are outraged by the match, and there's some people who loved it, and they're at war with each other right now. They're all going back and forth.
And I'll say this: I'll never ever crap on someone's opinion, right? Because you might like something that I don't. This is one of them things I don't get how you don't like it, though.
I mean, look, I can understand. You know, I can see things through. Like my brother in Jersey, he'll never give me the satisfaction of watching AEW. He just won't do it. But he's a WWE guy. You know, he grew up on it, so that's all he wants to watch, and that's fine. I can understand, like, looking at this shit through someone like his eyes, where he has a son. You know, his son's very impressionable. You don't want to. Like me personally, I'm a single dude. I'm not a single dude anymore, but you know what I'm trying to say. I don't have kids. I know what you mean. Yeah. So if I go to see these things, I'm going by myself. I'm not bringing my kid, you know, whatever. Now, there's plenty of people out there who are bringing their kids to watch these pay-per-views and shit, and
sat right in front of me, a kid.
But like, bro, I wouldn't want my kid to watch that. That's just because it's especially very young kids, because you can't tell the difference whether it's, you know, I know that they really don't hate each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know that they're really not trying to kill each other. It's a performance. It's an insane performance, but it's a performance. And I know that. But little kids don't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you don't want to subject them to all that shit in the blood and drinking the blood and the fucking barbed wire on the face. That was nuts. When he swung the chair and he got fish hooked by that string of barbed wire, bro, that was fucking insane. So I can understand some people who just don't like it. You know what I mean? And maybe some people are squeamish, dude. You know, some people can't handle the sight of blood. You know, I get it.
A lot of people like that.
I get that. But, bro, just don't watch it. Don't watch the shit.
So, two things quick before I go on to this. So, did they show Steve-O?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up.
So, funny thing about him. So, we pull into the arena, and this guy in a Tesla drives by us. And my girl, I'm quoting her here, goes, "That guy looks exactly like Steve-O." And then we laughed about it. I don't know exactly what was said. I was like, nah, I don't know what, like nothing probably, right? And I think I saw and maybe said, like, yeah, actually he does. Well, then Steve-O came out. So I was right near us. So that was actually pretty wild. But dude, you know what the craziest part was? And this is where I give these wrestlers credit, is we all deal with injuries in life, right? Whether it's something like you strain your back at work, whatever it may be, right? At the end of the day, right, the camera cuts off, obviously. And Swerve was limping up the ramp, and then like when you could tell the camera went off him, he deadass just walked through, because where I was sitting too, I could see them come out the curtain, and he just walked straight through, flung the curtain open, and just walked in the back. Like he was literally just walking, like normal walking. Like I'm gonna walk up after and go to the bathroom, and I was just to myself, I was like that's nuts.
He was probably.
Yeah, like obviously they're sore and all that, but
he was probably really in pain, and he wanted to get back there and get these fucking staples out of my chest.
And the adrenaline. Adrenaline's a thing. But I was just like, goddamn. But yeah, so what did you think of the 6-man?
So before I get into that, one thing I wanted to say, which I could say it's a nitpick, I guess, but it's more like if I see this, why doesn't Tony Khan see this? So watching the show, I saw Ken Jeong, I saw Steve-O, and I saw fucking Rick Rubin in the front row, okay? Rick Rubin is like fucking super fucking famous.
Yes.
Like that's a fucking legendary person. You don't ever see that guy anywhere. Anywhere, okay? So why in the fuck isn't Tony Khan putting the camera on these people, putting up a little graphic that says, hey, have Tony Schiavone go, look who's here in the crowd enjoying some good old AEW programming. Rick Rubin's here. And then have the crowd. You know how WWE does that shit?
Yeah.
When there's famous people in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? When there's famous people that just pop up, they put the camera on them, they put their name up, put them on the screen, let the crowd acknowledge that they're there. Like, why wouldn't you do that? To like, that just like, bro, that's free promotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they put the camera on these people and they just expect you to know, oh shit, because you're like, is that Ken Jeong? And then they cut away. But you're like, why wouldn't you fucking do that?
Yeah, because Steve-O was there just for the opening match. And then he went to the back. I don't know if they showed it on TV, but he dabbed up Darby Allin and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if he was on camera for that. But okay, first off, to transition, unless you have anything you want to add on the death match, but Ric Flair got it. Ric Flair should not be doing what he's doing, bro. I'm not saying this because I want to hate or anything, bro. When he walked up the stairs, right? He had to make sure he grabbed the railing to walk, and when he walked down, he had to take a break because he didn't have anything to grasp. Catches literally was like, and then took a step down.
Wow.
I get it. It was a very, very, very small thing. He's at the point where every time he steps, it looks like it hurts him. And I'm not even being like an ass about it.
Well,
who doesn't love like Ric Flair for what he's done for the business?
I'll tell you something. So we're watching the show and Ric Flair's music hits. I was not expecting Ric Flair to be there. I know they said that Ric Flair said he's going to be wherever Sting is. So I guess that was established on Dynamite or something. Or I don't remember hearing it, but I didn't know Ric Flair was going to be there. So Ric Flair's music hits, and I'm like, oh my God, the fucking viejo atalaki. Like, they're going to have this old man here or whatever. Okay, fine. He comes out, he does his entrance. It's fine. Bro, when he started chopping Christian, all of us popped in the theater. Like, we were all fucking woo. We were all fucking wooing.
Oh,
I was like, man, I was just there and I was like, you know what? Ric Flair's the fucking man, dude. Like, he's just a fucking man, dude. And we were all like in that same energy. Like, we just appreciated that he was there. Now, if I'm not gonna lie, if I had seen him walking like that and get like winded, I would have felt like fucking like I had to get the shotgun and fucking let me put Old Yeller down, bro, because that's terrible.
I'll appreciate because like I said, what he did was so minor. And I was wooing, of course, because that was after
he took a bump. He's like 90.
Yeah, like what? But that was good. I thought the entrance Edge, Sting, and Darby did was dope. I know we talked about it a lot last week's episode about Edge painting his face. It looked good. No homo. Pause this time. Yo, Edge a big dude. Like I always knew. Yeah, I always knew he was obviously like, you know what I mean? They're professional wrestlers. Usually they're something like, yo, he a big dude. Because he walked like right to the thing where Steve-O was right near us. Yeah. And I was like big, like obviously Jack's a tall too. I don't know. That's the thing that's been tripping me out at the past couple of shows I went to because I've been lucky enough to be closer. A lot of these motherfuckers are tall as shit.
Yeah, they're much bigger than.
Not saying like, to me, like I'm 5'10". I'm not that tall, right? But on TV, like Edge would look like he's like 6, maybe 6'1". That dude looked like he was like 6'3", 6'4". Like
no shit.
Yeah, and like just big too now. And I was like, okay, like Ed, you know what, Ed, you are 50. You keep doing your thing, bro. You keep going out there and doing it. Yeah, it was really cool because after, I don't know, did they show Darby's promo when he was cursing it?
Yeah, so I posted it on our site. If you guys didn't see it, you can check out Wrestling is Trash on Instagram. I posted it on there in the reels. I thought that was fucking awesome because I had no idea that was Sting's last match in California. I didn't know that. Like, I wasn't even thinking about that shit. I wasn't thinking about this is his last run in this building, whatever.
Yeah.
No idea. So they're playing the music, and you know the crowd was kind of quiet because Sting was there talking to his son, which I didn't even know his son was there or was like that old. I had no fucking clue.
Yeah, I'm surprised his son never got into it.
Yeah, he's like an athlete too, but he's like a football player, but he never got into wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You would think, you know, but I know if my dad was Sting, I'd be like, hey, maybe I should get into fucking wrestling too. But I thought that was very cool that he did that. He stopped the music. Yo, this is Sting's last fucking time here in California. It's his last match. Make some fucking noise. It's like, all right, yeah, show the respect to the man, bro. And then he got his moment. So I thought that was awesome.
See, I love that because when I was there, right when this started, like I said, I was like, yo, this literally might be the last time I see Edge and Sting live.
Yeah, wow.
So like I was like a mark. Like I just couldn't take my eyes off. You know, I was like, damn. And especially like the Sting thing, like, you know what I mean? Like when you see, even whether it's on TV or in person, it's like, damn, like that was one of Sting's last big matches. Like, because I think there's only 2 pay-per-views, right? If he's on World's End, if he's on that, and then Revolution. So like, obviously he might do another couple things on Dynamite, but it's not going to be a big. So I was like, damn, like, yeah, I mean, it was dope seeing Sting. Like Sting deserved that, man. Like,
yeah,
his AEW run was great. Like honestly, great. Like with Darby,
better. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, and it just shows like, and this isn't. I don't think this is a shot at WWE, but like if someone from them is listening, it's like I get it. You have crazy medical protocols, but you can still have these people around doing things. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Seth's running WWE. I mean, Sting's running WWE. He debuted November of 14, and like you had him on Mania with Triple H, which actually wasn't a bad match.
He should not have lost that match. I can't fucking believe
that match shouldn't have happened. There was no reason he shouldn't have fought The Undertaker, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And whatever. And I could see if it's like, well, we don't want him beating The Undertaker. Well, you didn't let him beat Triple H either. So losing to The Undertaker makes more sense than losing to Triple H. Anywho.
Right.
Then he gets injured. Then he had the match with Seth. Like, get it? He was going for the title. And I was back then. I don't know what you were thinking. Well, I thought he should have beaten Seth for the title. I thought Sting deserved the WWE title. I don't care part-time, not part-time. I was very heated when he didn't win that title.
I was super into those Sting segments when that shit was going on.
Yeah.
Like, I was super into that shit. I'll never fucking forget that fucking episode of Monday Night Raw when he first debuted and he's just standing there, like, on the Titantron, like, just looking out. And Booker T's like, oh, yeah, man, that's Sting. And it's like that. JBL's like, that's a picture of Sting. He's like, no, it's not. And he comes walking out. When he does the point at Triple H and shit. But I'll never forget that because that was when he did the point and then Triple H starts freaking out. And then Brock Lesnar comes out of fucking nowhere. He F5's a Big Show like he was a fucking child.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a great ending to Raw that was, dude. That was such a great ending to Raw. But Nick seems to be frozen. There he is. Nick
good.
Might be a little frozen. There he is. We evened out.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. But no, they did good with him. I thought they could have done more, and this is a prime example.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but they just the buckle bomb thing happened, and they were like, "Nope, that's it, you're done." And it was like, okay, but the fuck.
And he deserves that, right? Because people like Goldberg's still saying he deserves his final retirement match, and I say nay. I say nay because
you don't deserve shit.
Yeah, because here's my thing. If Sting would have ended with WWE, Sting's a legend. Like Goldberg is too, but Sting's like up here compared to Goldberg, right? So Sting deserves what he has in this run. Like Goldberg, you came back in 2016, squashed Brock Lesnar, won multiple titles.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he came back already.
And you should have never have won any of those titles maybe the first one, because he was really white hot when he first came back. But still, he beat Kevin Owens, didn't like that. But I get it.
He was the Fiend.
Yeah, like that. That was stupid.
What the fuck? Why?
Your last match in WWE, you lost to Roman Reigns, who's on the historic run. Like, it clearly shows like in a fucked up way, Goldberg wants to go out on top. Not maybe as a champion, but he wants to win and leave, that's like wrestling 101 as you go out on your back.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt Brock Lesnar's last match is going to be him winning.
Like, as far as Goldberg, as far as I'm concerned with Goldberg, like, that's it. Like, you came back. You can't top what you did. They can't top what they did when he came back, dude. When he came back, he cut that promo. The promo was really good. He's not known for a promo, but he came out and he cut a fucking great promo. Like, he was thankful. And then he was like, well, and then Paul Heyman challenged me to a fight. Yeah. And he cut. That was fucking cool. Like he had a great promo. Challenged Brock. They had their fights. They had their matches. You know, you won fucking 2 titles. Like, okay, bro. Like, what else do you want? Now you want another farewell tour? No, bro. It's over.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, he ain't going to WWE. Whatever. We're not going to BF. I'm just saying, long story short, Sting's deserves, but great show on Saturday.
I love that. I love that moment when Sting, when Stephanie and Triple H were unveiling Seth Rollins' statue.
Oh yeah,
and they had that. They pulled it up, and it's fucking Sting. Yeah, and Triple H is just like, that was fucking classic, dude. That shit was awesome. Like I was super into WWE at that time, because I was like hyped that Sting was there. So to see the way it ended was fucking terrible.
Like happy they gave him the Hall of Fame. He headlined the Hall of Fame. Like that was dope.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that was cool. They sent him out good, but they could have done more with him. And then you got Goldberg, whatever. But yeah, I think that's our thoughts on the show. Unless you have some final thoughts you want to add. Great show. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. How about so first of all, that 0 hour match with Claudio and Buddy Matthews was fucking awesome. If you have a chance and you want to watch a fucking stiff, excellent, like good technical wrestling match, it's for free on YouTube. You can watch that. Claudio versus fucking Buddy Matthews. Eddie Kingston and Jay Lethal. As much as I love Eddie, as much as I love Jay Lethal, the match itself was, you know, it was kind of
that was an okay match, to be honest.
Yeah, it was all right. You know what I mean? I rewatched it and I was a little
always
whatever about it.
Though.
But looking at this again, I'm glad that Ricky and Big Bill retained. That match was fucking awesome.
Cassidy and Moxley was a great one too. I can't believe I skipped that.
It was a good match, but it wasn't as good as that first match.
No.
Like it definitely did not top that first match. And again, I feel like the right person won. I thought Moxley was gonna take it, but it was like, you know what? It's good that fucking Orange Cassidy won that match, dude. Because he should retain that match. Moxley doesn't need that belt, bro.
I was so bummed. So right before Moxley came out, a shit ton of security came to the curtain where we were. And we were like, no way. Like, he's going to come right by us. Like, I would have been like this to this with him.
No
and
shit.
Then he came on the complete other side. But no, dude, Moxley, yeah, that was a good one. I was happy Orange Cassidy won. My girl brought
and all hail Tony Storm. I was surprised that they went with the title change, but seeing as how hot she is right now, and I don't mean that in like the she's hot, but actually I kind of do.
I do.
But you know, right now her gimmick is like the best shit ever. So yeah. I see it. I understand it.
The plate in the ass thing was a little annoying because where we all were, it was clear.
It was super obvious on TV. Like,
yeah, and I get it. Like, I get it. It was just like they should have done an audible, but I get it. You can't. You stick to it. I get why they didn't do it. Like, for me, it was a cool moment because, as I said last week, I got to see Mariah May in person. All those years I followed her and liked her, even though she didn't do much. Was still really, really cool to see her in person.
But my thing with the Tony Storm and the plate thing, it's like it makes the referees look like shit. Because like, how do we all see this? Everyone in the crowd sees it. Everyone on TV seeing her constantly go back there and reach and trying to adjust this fucking metal plate on her ass, her giant ass. And you don't see this, Aubrey Edwards. You're literally right there. Like, how do you not fucking see this thing?
Yeah.
There's so many easy ways that they could have like recovered that angle. But again, AEW referees are fucking stupid.
Yeah, they are, man. I hate saying it.
They're just stupid. They really are.
They are. But I don't care, man.
Even when Ric Flair starts chopping Christian Cage, we were all like, that's a disqualification. Fucking Christian Cage is being attacked by the manager. That's a disqualification. Match over. And the ref is like, cut it out, Rick. Stop that.
Well, it's weird because in the refs, sometimes things are DQ, sometimes they aren't.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Like, you either got to go, I don't want to buy the book. When I say buy the book, I mean WWE style. I don't know the official referee rules. Or you kind of go, hey, anything kind of goes. Like, you can't. Like, sometimes they'll do counts when they're outside of the ring. Other times they won't. Like,
yeah, and even as much as I enjoyed the death match, even with that, like, the dude is on the floor and fucking Bryce Renberg is like, okay, 1. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Or like one time he counted 6, and then there was like a 15-second pause in between 7.
Yeah, like what the fuck? What are you doing? The guy's on the floor. Count to fucking 10. What? Like, what are you checking on him for? Don't check on him.
Like,
count.
Yeah, you can't blame the performers. These performers are not only performers; they've been watching wrestling forever. If Swerve is down selling an injury for a count, if he hears 8, 7, 8, 9, like he's gonna start moving. He knows this. He knows, oh shit, I can't get count to 10. So I don't even blame the wrestlers at all for any of it. It's strictly them.
Yeah, that's something they got to work on. But overall, I really enjoyed the show. Another pay-per-view banger from AEW.
Yep, phenomenal. Like I said, what arguably probably going to be my show of the year. Between that and one other, I don't want to spoil, but just one quick news item. We don't spend much time on it. Kind of round of applause to even AEW, even though this isn't about them. Round of applause for AEW. Tony giving both women's matches a great amount of time on the pay-per-view, and for the women for performing well. And then last night on Raw, in one way or another, they showcased 28 women across the show with about 6 segments of TV time dedicated to them, totaling over 40 minutes. Not to mention all 3 women's matches were given their time. So just credit to both companies for giving women the time, but not only giving them the time, the women performing well with the time. Like Xia Li and Becky Lynch had a great match last night.
Yeah.
That was a really good one.
I should have to check that out. Again, we were talking off air. I haven't watched. It looks like I'm on a bit of a break with WWE with their TV, but I definitely keeping up with the times and stuff like that on Twitter, but I definitely have to rewatch some of that.
Yeah, so that was good. A report, and I'm kind of happy we got this report, only because I was kind of confused where he was on Saturday. Maybe I just didn't know, but Juice Robinson's injured and going to require back surgery. So for you,
yeah, man, shout out to Juice, man. I'll slap the shit out of you, but I hope you get better.
Yeah, same. Hey, you'll hit him with the left, him with the right. We walk away.
That's that man. That's the unluckiest man on earth. But not to make light of his situation. I know he has a back injury. He's getting surgery. That's very, that's very touch and go. So
no jokes either.
Yeah, man. So hopefully he's okay and he can come back and be the Juice we all know and love.
Yeah, because he's in this whole thing been doing phenomenal too.
Oh yeah. Big time.
Yeah. The next kind of goes back to the show. Newly signed All Elite Will Ospreay will be taking on Jon Moxley and Finlay at the Tokyo Dome. I had to say it like that. I just had to say it like that.
Finlay.
That's going to be a hell of a match.
That graphic is fucking hard, bro.
You know what was nuts about Ospreay on Saturday, right? Massive signing, right? Massive signing. We all kind of alluded. We thought he was going there. He's been on AEW TV. You would have thought from the crowd that man never stepped foot in an AEW ring. The pop he got. And the crazy thing is everyone all night was like, yeah, it's Ospreay. So everyone knew, and it's popped.
Yeah, they kind of spoiled it. Like Sean Ross and a couple other people were like, yeah, it's for sure. It's out like a couple hours before the show. They kind of like spoiled it. But who knows how many people actually pay attention to that? So
yeah, and I get it. It's a business, and that's how these dudes.
Yeah, that's never gonna stop, bro.
No, I just don't like it, and it's hard to see because even if you don't follow them, someone's reporting it at behalf of them. So you can't avoid seeing shit like this. But it was still awesome, and this match isn't nuts that a match that's already advertised for next year. Probably, arguably, has a good chance of being in the top 10 match of the year.
Bro, that match is gonna be fucking Moxley in the Tokyo Dome, bro, with Finlay and Ospreay. I mean, that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna because Ospreay's contract's up in what, February?
No, yeah, he finishes up in February.
Because it was cool. He was saying I'm assuming he's gonna be used as a part, like not a full timer, but not a part timer because he's not moving from the UK.
Yeah.
And I doubt
how it's going to work.
And I doubt he's going to fly from the UK to – all I know is All In London, he is going to be in the main event for the title. Like that's what that's –
Man, he really should win the championship over there. Now that becomes – yeah, but then, okay, then that becomes a thing because what are you going to put the belt on Swerve? This let's say they decide to pull the trigger at World's End and they put the title on Swerve. So if you have Swerve carry it from the end of this year up all the way up until All In, which was like what, June,
So,
July, or whatever it is.
all
Or
ends
August.
It's like August 30th at that. So he'd
Is
have it
that a
for
long enough reign for you for Swerve?
Well,
it's almost a year, but
yeah, I say yeah.
I mean, it just like he hasn't won the belt yet. Mind you, he's not even in the championship picture yet, and I'm already getting mad at the idea of him dropping the title.
Say he won at World's End, you're gonna have him defend at Revolution for sure, Double or Nothing for sure, which is pretty much their probably third biggest show now, right now that they do All In, because I'd argue All In, All Out than Double or Nothing. And then they're probably going to throw more pay-per-views in there. It seems like they're going to go to that 12-month pay-per-view thing.
Well, here's another thing for you. So they're having this match at Wrestle Kingdom, right? You know who's not in that match is Kenny Omega, which means they still have to have that third match to see who's, out of they're still got to have that final match of the final match of the trilogy.
That could be a double.
So that could be at All In, because it doesn't have to be in Tokyo anymore, because Will Ospreay is no longer on the contract with them.
Yeah.
So they can fucking do it wherever the fuck they want now, because both of them are AEW wrestlers.
So you're saying Kenny? I don't see.
So I would prefer to see Ospreay Omega 3 at All In instead of Swerve. I mean, instead of Ospreay taking the championship at, away from Swerve. I mean,
and the reason I'm sticking to my guns on this, and I could obviously be wrong, but Saraya won the title there last year from there in that match. I don't see a world where Ospreay's not fighting for the world title in his hometown in front of, if they do the same number, 81,000. I just don't see it, man. I just can't see it not happening. I don't know, which would be dope, whether he wins or loses. Now we're assuming he'd win.
Ooh, what if Swerve retains over Ospreay in his hometown?
Yeah,
that'd be nuts.
Yeah. But regardless, to go back to it, that triple threat.
I'm already getting excited about like shows from next year and shit. This is insane. We have a sickness.
So I'll say this. I think 2023 arguably has been the best year match-wise and storyline-wise in wrestling in years, in my opinion. Years.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I would say
WWE's been, I mean, the Bloodline thing's been going on for a few years, but even besides the Bloodline, all the shit going on with Gunther right now, the Alpha Academy, Damage Control, like all the stuff that they have got going on, they're
NXT run
super on the upswing as far as storylines go.
You need to check out the Miz Gunther segment from last night.
I did see that, bro. Gunther lit his ass up, bro.
Yeah. But
ass up.
We'll speak on that one. But do you want to take this little IWC segment here? Do you want to speak on that? I know you.
Man, so again, Nick, I'm really trying hard to be like more positive. I really would like my Twitter timeline to be just full of rainbows and kittens and people talking about how much they love wrestling. But instead, it seems like every day it's getting worse. So after this pay-per-view, again, I got on Twitter because I wanted to kind of like see what my compatriots are talking about, what they felt about the show. And I see a bunch of people talking about that Jay White's buried.
Idiots.
That this hardcore death match was fucking too much. They're never going to grow as a company because they do things like this. And just people fighting with each other about Swerve. And I have some tweets here. Honestly, I don't even want to pull them up anymore. Because I just refuse to give these people any kind of energy. But I will say this. This one person right here. This is Ice Cube. This is Ice Cube's son. Okay. This dude is the biggest WWE simp that I've ever seen in my life. Like, all he does is constantly get on Twitter and talk about how wonderful WWE is and how shitty AEW is. That's like all he does. And then when people like go in his comment section and try to like combat them, he just fucking, he'll block you. He'll say some smart shit to you and block you. Like, he's a troll. Like, he's literally a troll. And he posted this thing about Roman Reigns, and it's like, bro, can you, like, I like Roman Reigns and everything, but bro, this is some cornball meat writing right here that I've never seen meat writing like this before, bro. Yeah. Like that's a weird fucking tweet to tweet out. But again, I'm not gonna bother with these other people because they just, I don't know. And I just want to say, you know, we have this thing here called the 10 Trash Commandments. And last week I added one, but we got so caught up talking about everything else that I didn't even update the list. So we now have number 5 on here. Okay. And in regards to all of these things here that we were just talking about with these people shitting on shows and talking about things that they claim that they hate, but they can't stop watching or talking about. My number 5 rule here for the 10 Trash Commandments is if you don't like it, don't watch it. Period. If you don't like AEW, stop watching it. If you don't care about Dynamite and you think it sucks, stop watching Dynamite. Stop watching Collision. Why are you watching something you don't like just to get online and talk about how much it sucks? It makes no sense. So,
and you're not even getting paid to do it.
Yeah, bro. And that's another thing too, is like I get people are trying to get engagements and whatever by talking about these kind of things because they get a lot of hits, but bro, who has the time to fucking sit there and talk so much shit? Like, I find myself replying and then I'm like, why did I even just do that? You know how many things I have in my drafts that I'm typing up and then I'm like, what am I doing? And I just like close the app and leave it there because it's like, why am I even bothering to respond to these people?
I don't think I ever have. I just ignore it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing that, dude. Because the only other thing I can do is delete the app, and I would really prefer not to delete the app because that's where I get my news from. So
yeah, and it's these people. Yeah, we've gone on this 1,000 times.
They're miserable, Nick. They're miserable.
As simple as you said, man. If you don't like it, don't watch it. And it's weird because like I'll be vocal if I don't like something or I don't like the way it went, but like I don't know, man. Like I'd never like when I want to watch something, I want to enjoy it. And you're not like, gonna enjoy everything, but
like this dude, you mentioned it earlier. This guy tweeted, I subjected myself to rewatching MJF's sports entertainment match. Like, really? You had to force yourself to rewatch that fucking awesome match? Okay, sure. And this guy says Jay White only targeted MJF's leg 12 times in a 30-minute match. And I'm like, that's 12 times. How many more times was he supposed to target the leg? Like, I don't fucking understand.
That's like targeting it every, because 15 and 30 is 2. 50, so you gotta think this dude was targeting it every like 2 minutes and like 10 seconds.
Every minute and a half, 2 minutes, he targeted the leg. At what point, what more would you want him to do, dude? So like people, I don't understand.
Idiots.
He goes, earlier this week, I wrote a whole essay about how calculated and methodical Jay was, and he didn't even target the injured limb. It's like, what kind of fucking trolling is this, dude?
Every like, 2 minutes, think about that. 2 minutes, he was targeting it pretty much.
You got to think, there's holds, there's breaks, MJF's getting some offense in, and then he targets the leg. Like, I don't know, bro.
You really think about it, he was targeting it every opportunity he had.
Right. Like, these people, you'll never win with them, dude. Never. Ever.
No. And it sucks because it's like, and that's why I don't know if we've been talking an hour now. I don't know if I said on air or off air, but that's why I don't check my phone. Like especially during pay-per-views, please, whatever. I refuse to get on there. Refuse, because even if you don't think it, if you see it, you're gonna think it. Like, oh, that was such a bad choke slam, so and so did, and then it's like. And I thought it was maybe cool in the moment. Then you see it's like, well, yeah, I guess if you think about it, maybe it wasn't the greatest. Like, you know, it's like, man, just
that sucks too, because they get in your head. Like, again, I was hyped when I left the theater. all of us were like high-fiving and like, yeah, what a great show. All right, cool. And then I go and I look at my phone and I'm like slowly getting deflated. And it's like, fuck, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah, and like I said, like kind of like this Saturday is a perfect example. Because this Saturday we have Survivor Series. Now,
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're on the same side as me, but please cut me off if you think. But I don't think CM Punk's showing up.
So here's the thing. So this is weird because last night again I wasn't watching, and I went to sleep early and I woke up like at 10 o'clock and I went to look at my phone to see what was going on Raw, and I saw a video of Randy Orton coming and like somebody posted he's back. And it was Randy Orton coming out, and the crowd was cheering. And I was like, "This crowd doesn't seem very like this doesn't seem like the hype level I would imagine Randy Orton coming back." And I'm looking at this video, and I'm like, he's walking to the ring, and he's kind of like trying to get them hyped up. And I'm like, is this old? And then it turns out it was somebody posted that shit was old as fuck, and I didn't even realize it because I wasn't watching the show. So did they just do all that shit at the end and he didn't come out?
So this is how they did it. Logistically and common sense wise, it made sense. And I get why this is my reasoning why I agree with it. So they had a big brawl. Adam Pearce said after Drew did his heel turn, like speaking to it, Adam Pearce said, "You will say who the fifth member is tonight." Cool. They're going. Cody's like, I know someone I can call, an old friend. Or he said something along those lines. He comes back, he goes, I called him, he answered, he's in. So then the main event was Jay and Drew McIntyre for the advantage, so the Judgment Day and Drew have the advantage. Which is crazy. Drew won with the Future Shock DDT, not the Claymore either.
No Claymore.
Yep, no Claymore. So I don't know if it's because he did the whole 3-2-1 usually, and that was more of a face thing.
That's a crowd thing, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that's why. But anyway,
I hate that shit, by the way.
Yeah, so
I hate that shit so much.
Then Judgment Day came out. Whatever. They all end up in the ring. They clear out the ring, the good guys. Cody pretty much says, this person I was with, I have a legacy with.
Yeah, I saw that.
So he never said his name. He said,
what else did he say? He says,
the Apex Predator. He's an Apex.
You're not hearing voices.
Yeah. They never. Cody Rhodes never said our partner is Randy Orton, which I love.
Didn't he though?
No, he did not.
I must be tripping, bro.
No,
I thought I saw something. I thought last night he said it's Randy.
The reason I think it's smart to not have Randy come out is because you want to save it for the original pop. Because I'm assuming the Judgment Day and Drew come out first, then the good guys will come out, and then Randy's the last entrant. And I'm assuming Randy's probably going to be the last person in the match in general. So I kind of like that's how they did it. But it made sense, I guess. Because Cody's like, let me call this dude. So if Cody would have called him and he would have showed up, that wouldn't have, common sense-wise, that wouldn't have made sense. Oh, Randy flew here.
He flew. He took a fucking Concorde jet, which doesn't exist ananymore. And he showed up to the arena in an hour.
I get why, but I don't know. Like I said, I've been keeping the past month. I've been slayed with wrestling. This show I think is going to be good. I think we're going to be lucky 2 back-to-back Saturdays of some good wrestling.
Sorry.
Oh, is that it?
I'm bugging because I could have sworn he said. What did he say? I don't know, bro. But I'm not a fan. It could be a big swerve. Maybe I don't know, bro. It's so here's the thing with the CM Punk thing. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Randy Orton, but I don't understand why they wouldn't just say it's Randy Orton.
Well, it is. WWE announced it on Twitter.
Oh, okay. So they definitely said it's him.
Oh yeah,
okay,
it's him.
Fine. So this whole Shinsuke Nakamura thing.
Yes.
I am going to laugh hysterically on Saturday when they have Shinsuke out there and Brock Lesnar's music hits and he comes out and fucking destroys him. I'm going to laugh and laugh and laugh.
The only way there's only two ways, talking to our buddy, one of my buddies, Dan, that you can introduce Punk that makes sense and are just only logical. Is if Nakamura comes out for an open challenge and calls out the guy, because the last night he said something like, you're close.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh, it's Chicago, whatever. So that way, or at the end of the match, but even at the end of the War Games match, everyone's always in the ring. So what are you going to bring the cages up quick and then Punk just comes out? Because I think if he does.
And then for what? And like, for what? Like, he's coming out to do what?
So that's what I think. I think if Punk comes back, he doesn't speak. I think they're going to go that route with it. They're going to go, like, he'll come out and face to face maybe with Seth, and that's as far. I don't see him on a mic Saturday.
Unless Randy Orton turns heel.
So I don't think he's involved in a match. The only time I think he's involved in a match is if he fights an actual match with Shinsuke. Even then, I could see him just coming out, maybe doing some talking, and GTS Nakamura, and that's it. The way I'll word it is, I don't think we see him Saturday, but if we do, I won't be shocked either. But when from start to finish, if he's not on my TV, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah, because my thing is, bro, it's Survivor Series. It's in Chicago, and he's free. Like, that's why, you would think they want to bring him back. That's the perfect time to do it.
Because that's the thing. We sorry to cut you off. We know it's not a Punk won't go back thing.
Yeah.
Well, the answer is there. And I don't think it's a Nick Khan thing either, because Nick Khan was not around for that bad blood. Like, if he doesn't come, it's because Triple H is truly like, yo, we just don't need him. In a way, they don't. They really don't need CM.
Yeah, they got a lot going on.
So it's like, I get why he wouldn't come either. But Triple H always says what's best for business, man. And the way this story is add up between him getting fired and one of your big four shows is in Chicago and you're on the road to Mania. Like, if you're ever going to bring him back, this is the time, right? Like, just in general. Yeah. Like, in general, like, you can't bring him back to Raw after Mania this year. Like, you can, but it's not as good as a moment as this can be.
I'll fucking tell you this much. I'll be watching like a motherfucker on Saturday night, boy. And if that music hits, I'm going to fucking lose my shit. Here we go again. Of course.
We got the hat.
As we always fucking do on this show, we end up talking about bitch ass CM Punk. As always. But if he pops up, bro, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose it. That pop is gonna be. Here's the thing, too, though. If they bring him back, they absolutely cannot wait till the end of the show. They can't do it. Because these people are gonna be chanting CM Punk. They're gonna take over your show.
They are.
So you would have to start with Shinsuke. Like, you'd have to open up with Shinsuke if that's going to be the way you're doing it. And however you make it happen, that would have to be the way.
Unless they open with the men's. Yeah, you can't because you.
No, you have to open. If you're going to do that shit with CM Punk, you have to open with him.
Well, I agree. 100%. I really do. And this is why I say this, because people are going to shit. The Survivor Series could be A+ pay-per-view. If Punk doesn't show up, people are going to say the pay-per-view was a flop and was not good and X, Y, and Z. And all this other shit. I think so. I think the same people who think Jay White or Barry are going to say the same thing. I personally think so. I don't think it will be. That's just what I think about people saying that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. But, anywho.
There's a small card, too.
We have the, very small. So to kind of go through, we do our picks as always. So to spin everyone up, Santos Escobar is now a heel. Says he hopes Ray's leg gets amputated. Dominic was right. Fighting Carlito, which I think is cool. Carlito just came back on a Big Four show. But I don't know. See, this is the thing, man. With a show like this, it's like the Rumble, like, where do you put the, like, is it going to go War Games? And I'm assuming then the 3 matches they have and then another War
Games? Assuming War Games is closing the show.
I'm assuming, like most years, women start, men's finish, I would assume.
Oh, they're probably going to start with the women's War Game match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this
They'll
one,
probably start with that.
Me personally, I got Santos. I don't see him losing already.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this because I don't know about you, but I can't remember the last time I've seen Carlito in a one-on-one match.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see Carlito, but I'm more excited about a heel Santos Escobar because that's the best Santos Escobar.
Then Phantasma
This
music.
babyface Santos Escobar LWO shit was not working in any way.
No, they can still keep the LWO, just not with him.
Yeah, he's a tremendous
and a lot of
heel.
people are thinking that Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, because their heels might kind of join them. I think that'd be I'd be excited to see them do something because they're both extremely athletic. So, see there. Next, to be honest, when they first announced this one, I was like, ugh. But Gunther versus Miz, the build-up has been good.
Bro, listen. Again, I haven't really been watching, but look at all the people that Gunther's beaten in the past couple of months.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would WWE think that we're supposed to sit here and believe that The Miz has any chance in hell of beating Gunther?
Well, because Gunther's been giving him props. Miz is an 8-time Intercontinental Champion. Like, I get it.
We don't care anymore, bro. He gives, bro, The Miz loses all these matches, and then all of a sudden, like every like once a year, he'll get that one shining moment where he cuts that promo about how he's been here and he was bullied and he's a fucking double triple crown or double grand slam, and I beat The Rock at WrestleMania and I beat John Cena, and okay, dude, we get it. Like, how many times can you go back to the well with that same fucking promo? Like, dude, I don't buy you. Looking at you and looking at Gunther standing together in the ring, there's no fucking way I buy you beating that dude. None.
Yeah, same.
None.
No, same. But I'm just giving them credit. The build's been good. Better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Way better. But yeah, Miz is not being the guy. Who's going to be the guy? We'll see. Next, build's been terrible. I get why they have her because she's mommy. Rhea Ripley's going to beat Zoe, right? I don't know about you. They haven't really done much for a build. I think it's cool. Give Zoe the spotlight there. But on a pay-per-view,
I mean, the last time that I watched, I saw Zoe give I watched Zoe give sorry, I saw Rhea she gave Rhea the finisher.
Yeah.
But that was like a month ago. So that's like the last time that I watched. So I'm assuming if they're still building after a month, the build has to be like somewhat good.
So Zoe won a match, a fatal 4-way or 5-way to win it, right? The Monday after Crown Jewel. So like 3 weeks ago. So I guess there hasn't been much time to build it either. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Cool. I'm with it.
Yeah, definitely Rhea is going to retain there.
The next one's the only one that's kind of got me in. The Women's War Games. So you got Damage Control, Kairi Sane, and now Asuka, which I guess they're all technically Damage Control now from Bayley on SmackDown. Versus Becky, Bianca, Charlotte, and Shotzi. Cool, I think it's awesome. Shotzi's with all these powerhouses. I think that's pretty cool to see. So the way it's looking on SmackDown is Bayley's going to get the boot from Damage Control and probably turn face. People think Dakota might as well, but also the way Dakota's been saying things, Dakota might be the new leader and just Bayley goes. Been cool with Kairi Sane since she's been back, actually. So I don't know if like the heels win this, but then when you look at the other side of just the talent of Bianca,
yeah, look at who's on the other team, bro.
How do you see them?
I think it's cool. Charlotte, Bianca. Even if it was just Becky, Charlotte, and Bianca versus the other 5, I might want to go with the 3 team.
Yeah, and it's like you got on the face side, if they lose, Shotzi's clearly the one taking the fall,
which kind of sucks, but
yeah,
she seems kind of out of place there too. Like,
well, she's kind of in a weird tag team with Charlotte right now, which is odd.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
That's
like
interesting.
they're pairing her with her. Like, so not like oh, you're random on the team. Like Charlotte and Shotzi the past like month have been together.
Man, so a bit of news came out today, and again, she probably won't be on the main roster for a while, but it looks like Maddie Renkowski is signed to NXT.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you're not familiar with Maddie Renkowski, she's fucking awesome.
Yes.
She's more character than anything, but she's a very good wrestler too. She's been in AEW a few times. She was on Dark. She used to really be on when they were at Daly's Place, like she was there a lot. And I thought she would get signed eventually, but they never ended up signing her. But she's fucking awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing her in NXT. If she's on NXT on the regular, I will be watching on the regular.
Yeah, she's
That's just
talented. A few things I've seen.
break in there, but yeah, Shotzi. That's damn, bro. I hate to say Shotzi's gonna be the one to take the pinfall there, but
who do you got? Do you think the heels maybe get some momentum because they're, or do you think the heels?
Bro, I can't listen. I'm gonna be a little bit of a mark. I'm not gonna. How would I be able to pick against Charlotte, Bianca, and Becky on the same team, bro? Like how who's beating them, bro?
Put me down with you then. It looks like we're going unanimous.
Io Sky and Asuka and Kairi Sane. I mean, I get it. But dude, bro, there's no way, bro. You got Bianca in there. Bianca is she's a juggernaut, bro.
Now let me ask this: with a few obviously impending Damage Control breakup, would you want to see Dakota get the boot with Bayley and Kairi, Asuka, and Io stay together? Or just
I would assume that they're just gonna.
And Dakota's kind of like the voice leader thing.
I would assume that they're just gonna get rid of Bayley.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool because Dakota being the voice, like the head of it kind of thing. I think that'd be dope. Like a good spot for her.
Yeah, and she's hurt too, so she could still stay in that, like, because Bayley doesn't need a group. Like, Bayley needs to go back to being Bayley, bro.
Yeah. And then I don't think she should go necessarily hugger Bayley, but she needs to be a face without being the hugger somehow.
Right.
And then the men's war games. Judgment Day with a newly healed Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Champ Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and a returning after over a year and a half, Randy Orton. I think this one, once again, pick-wise, I think unanimous. The faces are winning this.
I'm gonna actually go with the heels.
Oh, okay, there we go. We'll sit around. I can't see Randy Orton losing a match unless he goes heel and turns on Cody, because that's what some people think. Some people think during the match or after the match.
That's where we get CM Punk.
Some people think before, like during the match or after the match, he RKOs Cody, and that helps Cody's build towards Mania, going up against Randy.
So we're gonna have Cody and Randy at Mania? What the fuck?
No. So maybe at like Royal Rumble or something.
Nah, hell nah. We need Cody getting that belt off of fucking Roman Reigns, bro.
Yeah, no. I'm saying this would be before that, because I don't think Cody wins the Rumble. I think Cody wins an Elimination Chamber match.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
He doesn't even need to do that. He could just straight challenge fucking Roman Reigns. He don't need to win no fucking contendership.
I personally rather Randy not turn heel here and be Cody's first opponent as champion.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this has potential to be a pretty good show.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be very entertaining. And I know we don't have anything in here about Shinsuke, but he's been talking, so we'll see what they do with that. I'm sure SmackDown will have a little bit more about it, but I'm definitely going to be watching, man, 100%. So there's no chance of me not watching it. So I definitely, because, usually if on Saturday I'll watch Collision instead of watching the pay-per-view, because it's much easier to watch the pay-per-view the next day for me on Peacock. But I think I'm definitely watching this pay-per-view live.
Yeah, just because of all the pending things that could happen.
Yeah, I have to. I just got to, bro.
Yeah.
If CM Punk does actually come back on this fucking show, I gotta be able to see it live.
This podcast might be wild next week.
Oh, it might be. We might get bug wild out here.
Yeah.
Might be some shit happening. I might have to break out the CM Punk shirt. And if they actually, dude, you know, it'll be actually dope. They'll put CM Punk merch back in the store with the fucking Fanatics shirts, with them soft ass Fanatic shirts, but CM Punk shirts, bro. Oh, I won't be spending a lot of money in that shop. Yes, sir. But Nick, I think we have pretty much wrapped on this show.
Okay. You start the take home. I'll close this out.
Yeah, man. Unless you got anything else, I think we have covered it all. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Wrestling is Trash. We thank you so much for joining us on this epic journey of wrestling talk. Once again, I am Lou from the BX, host of the Everything Podcast, co-host of Wrestling is Trash. You already know. Hit up the Instagram page, search Wrestling is Trash, follow the link. From there, you will get all our wrestling content, merch, sites, podcasts, visual, the YouTube channel, which we hold very dearly. We would appreciate a like and a follow on there. If you could share the page also, if you enjoy this show, we would very much appreciate that. So, with that being said, I'm going to pass it off to Nick to take us home.
Yep. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the name right there. But like Lou said, on Twitter, Wrestling Be Trash. On Instagram, Wrestling is Trash. And on YouTube, Wrestling is Trash. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell all the friends. Anyone who likes wrestling, show them the show. We're not biased. We have a good time. We love doing it. With that being said, once again, happy Thanksgiving for those who celebrate. On behalf of the Trash Boys, have a great week. Enjoy another hopefully great Saturday of wrestling. And that's going to be it.
Peace. Enjoy wrestling, guys. Peace.